Hello everyone, so Excalibur, the poster boy for Warframe. I haven't played this Warframe in a long time inside a Steel Path, and I decided to get him a revision this time of year, and honestly, I do quite like how I made my Excalibur this time, of course, in Warframe. I'm your lovely host, the Gaming Weasel, and let's get right into this. Now, first of all, this build could be used through all three variants of Excalibur. We have the Umbra and also the Prime variant. It's just with Umbra, it's gonna take you a little bit of less investment, less time to get him to this level if you were, of course, to use him. If not, you could get to the normal Excalibur and just use him. It's just gonna take you a little bit more investment. Now, without any further delay, the build looks like this. We have Steel Charge for melee damage, Cunning Drift for a little bit of range, the Umbral set, which is a necessity inside of higher level missions, Rage for converting 40% damage to health into energy, Prime Continuity, Furious Javelin, Chromatic Blade, two very important mods, and Fleeting Expertise for that extra efficiency. We have Arcane Fury for melee damage and Molt Augmented for power strength, and we have Elemental Ward, Chroma's second ability. This is going to give us extra armor and extra damage. Now, using the white emissive color on the side of your Excalibur is going to be very good for two reasons. Chromatic Blade, of course, off of your emissive color, it is going to do the damage type, so that's going to be cold. Of course, Cold and Toxin gives you, of course, what? Viral, yes. And it's also going to give you a status chance increase. Now, Cold with Emerald Ward, Elemental Ward is going to give you 280% armor and also a damage multiplier of 5.61 and a status chance increase of 46. So Cold is gonna be the way to go. I do have Archon charts, two of them, one giving me 150 health, the other one giving me 5 health per second regeneration. The third one could be pretty good, I don't have that one, 25% casting speed. The Ember one, that would be pretty good because Elemental Ward does have a little bit of a longer animation. Now, why do we have Furious Javelin and Chromatic Blade? Well, Chromatic Blade, I basically explained it. That is going to, do additional damage and give us also, of course, extra status chance. But Furious Javelin is the mod that is going to give us the highest amount of damage. Now, every time a Javelin hits an enemy, it is going to increase Excalibur's melee damage by 15% for 16 seconds. Now, keep in mind, Javelin used to have an enemy cap, now it doesn't. I have increased my damage a couple of times by 875%. So, we're getting a melee damage increase from Steel Charge, from Furious Javelin, we are also getting it from Arcane Fury and Elemental Ward. So, that is incredible amounts of damage. Now, one thing to keep in mind, every time you activate a Javelin, it's not going to refresh it, it's just going to stack it. At least that's in my case. I have almost always looked in the top right screen and that was the case. Correct me if I'm wrong, but even though I think I'm not. But I forgot to show you the Exalted Blade build. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Sacrificial Steel Gladiator might pressure point instead of Condition Overload. I personally wouldn't want to use Condition Overload on Exalted Blade just because it seems like the scaling is quite off with this weapon, but it could be just me. Maybe it's just some kind of strange effect, I don't know. We have Fever Strike, Vicious Frost, Organ Shatter, Berserker Feeling, and Healing Return, giving you 11 HP per status type affecting the enemy. This has been my get out of jail free card. I'm a Warframe player that does not love using Rolling Guard. Now, and also the, shield gating and stuff like that. I know how to use it, it's just I don't want to. I want to be like a purist and just survive on my own and try to survive in any way I see fit. Now, couple of things can be changed out on the build. Yes, instead of Prime Continuity on the Warframe itself, you could put Blind Rage to increase the actual armor amount, the damage multiplier amount of Warding Halo, and also increase basically everything, but your efficiency will go down. I have tried it, personally, in my opinion, it's not been the best thing in the world. but it could be just me. Transient Fortitude is a mod that I don't recommend you put on there because your duration is low anyway, and that is not going to be mitigated even if you put Molt, what I forgot, what the one that gives you duration, that Molt one. So I personally love using the build as is. Of course, Warframe, you can always change out the builds for your liking and your playstyle. It's just that, you know, I love this build, I love using this build, and I think it is going to be an amazing build that you guys can test out and use for yourself. This has been the Gaming Weasel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, do leave a like, a comment, and do subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys on the next one. The Gaming Weasel over and out.